Alright, hello, welcome to the next episode of Demo Review, episode 19. I'm your host, Eumatics, and we're going to get started here, watching Benny Blanco on Dust 2. Alright, time to critique his game. Alright, going for a standard pistol round, I'm assuming, buying armor. That'd be probably your best choice, really. Alright, mistake number one, not buying any armor. Again, if you're not going to buy armor, either buy an upgraded pistol or buy grenades. Teammate goes ham in mid, able to pick off two, you know one's B still. Crosshair placement's really low. If you're not planning a good spot, you should probably be planning for cat. Then you should be going cat yourself. So this puts you in really bad positioning. Again, look at your crosshair. That guy was worse. Goes out in the open. Spraying, bad trigger discipline, bad positioning, and bad crosshair placement is all I can see. Get picked off there. Don't get too frag hungry. Again, play the bomb, play to win. Don't play just to get frags, because even though you get frags, you can still lose the round. Oh, you're going for an AK. Got smoke. You can also buy more nades. It appears like you don't want to. This is alright. I mean, nades are your friends. You'll learn how to use them. That's the AK butt. You should be going along with it, using it to your advantage. Maybe going up mid to cat too. Don't go tunnels, don't go B. Put you in close quarters combat. Really puts you at a disadvantage. That was alright tapping. I would have sprayed though. I think spraying was a better selection you could have done. Again, don't need to waste that smoke there. Use it for cat. As you can see, there's two guys cat. One guy was shooting your teammate with a scout. Maybe throwing it there would have been better. Like your positioning. Bursting might have been better there instead of tapping. And you guys win that round. So you bought up full nades. I like this, really good. Good habit to build. Let's fast forward through this. Now clearing your lower. Crosshair placement's alright. Good tapping. Check your car, you should be checking your car. Focus too much on that guy there. You definitely could have got bombed down sooner. Think of the position you could have been in. You could have been right here, right? Hiding under that. You could have been to your right here next to double stack to plan it while the boxes cover you. Your teammates are also there to cover you as well, so think about that. Because time is of the essence. If it was a buy round, time is very of the essence, and you really need to get that bomb down quicker. That way, the CTs have to play against the time instead of you playing against the time. Alright, so now it's a buy round. You should know they have head armor, or they shouldn't have head armor, but they do. They should have guns, as well as full nades. Again, every round you should try to have a clear objective of what you want to accomplish. Either work with teammates to set them up, take positioning of the map, taking map control, or just playing with your team in general. Don't try to get stuck on where you're at. Don't go back and forth because positioning is always key, no matter where you go. Again, crosshair's kind of high. Moving and shooting. I think when you're trying to AD strafe there, counter strafe, you're pulling the trigger a little bit too quick before your crosshair is able to go and be pinpoint on the center. So just try to work on that as well. Alright, you're opting to go for the op. 5 full nades, maybe get a pistol too, that wouldn't hurt you too bad, but again, you're saving money here by not. It's also another smart move you could do. Pull out your knife. Don't need to worry about long too much. Again, you could have tried to get a good pick, right, towards A long, but instead you decide to wait by car and let your teammates go first. Again, if you have a good spot for A long peek, or maybe if you just want to peek it a decent spawn, not a bad idea. So now you should know he could be pit, he could be to the left. You should always be ready. You see him? So you should know, alright, like, you should know, right, as we can see on the mini-map in the top left corner of the screen, all your teammates were concentrated in A long. What should happen is you should think, alright, they could have pushed B tunnels, they could have pushed mid to B, gone to T spawn. As we can see, one guy went to T spawn. So again, you have to keep this in your mind, you have to re-clear that, because it's not always going to be clear, it's not always going to be safe from CTs. So as we can see the setup right now, we have one CT long, one cat, one mid, and one T spawn. You guys should lose this round because you guys are about to get flanked and get pinched in. You know, one guy's mid, you don't clear your cat, again, know the angles that you're exposed to. You gotta know when you're gonna hit that cat angle, you gotta know when you're gonna be able to get hit from mid, stuff like that. Now it seems like you're going to go for the AK. You have nobody for the op. Looks like your team's forcing up. Not a bad choice to do. Looks like you guys are going to do a B rush. You should have one person watching mid. The guy going towards A long should be watching mid to let you guys know how many people cross towards B. Should be throwing a flash. Should turn from the enemy flashes. You're just baiting your team right now. Gotta get out there quicker. Alright, you should have last guy mid. Or one guy mid, one guy tunnels. Should be telling that to your teammate. He just played it poorly. Alright, you should have enough to buy. You should also be getting a smoke and a flash. And you just go for a smoke. Again, if you guys are going to full buy like this, getting all the nades you possibly can always works in your favor. Especially when you use them all correctly, it's very nice. You saw it dead. Nice tapping. Alright, you should be buying full nades. more nade, one more nade. Again, you can purchase one more nade. Molotov, another flash. It's not casual, doesn't limit you. Alright, so you guys took a minute to get sorted out in T-spawn. Again, that's the time the CTs could use to push up, get better position than you. Alright, you cleared your left corner. You should think there might be one guy pit. There could have been one guy next to you. Blue. Come out, peek him, do some good damage. You should think, alright, there might be one guy car, there could be one site, there could be one CT. If you don't clear car, if there's a guy car, you'd be dead. You gotta hit those op shots. If you don't clear site, luckily your teammates there cover you. You should be planning bomb for long plat. This is a good, decent bomb spot you're planning in. Alright, you buy another flash, that's good. Again, look at your crosshair placement. Like, what are you shooting at? You just pulled the trigger when you saw him and you weren't even aiming at him. Alright, nothing I can really criticize you on except for bad crosshair placement, not knowing when to spray and stuff like that. Maybe should have gone on the side to clear it, double check it, know what they have, then having them plan it for cat, and you just hold cat instead of peeking aggressively like this. Different things you can do, just so you guys have the advantage. So again, you can full buy any gun you want, especially and then you get nades, which is really good. Again, you're limiting your grenade usage here. Again, that's good tapping, but spraying would be a lot better in this situation at this close range. Alright, you know last guy's coming from A, he can be mid, you can go tunnels, you can be T-spawn. Learn how to throw nades properly. Second time I see you throw up a bad nade. Alright, you should be checking your corners, he could be hiding anywhere here, but I think your teammate saw him, so you know he's mid. If you guys did not see him mid, again check your corners. Oops, I skipped around. Alright, you should be buying full nades, excellent. Again, you had good spawn for long. You're not pulling out your knife, making your movement look really bad. Again, you're just slowing everything down. Slowing down how far you can get positioning wise and stuff like that. You gotta take advantage of the spawns you have. You gotta take advantage of moving with your knife out. Throw a flash directly at him. Again, learn how to throw nades. As I can see, nades are probably your weakest point, as well as your crosshair placement. Positioning wise, movement wise, maybe a little bit less, or a little bit more you're skilled at, but that wasn't really smart. Game sense should tell you don't push two smokes, just logical thinking, stuff like that. Especially when you throw a flash, you give away your positioning. Wait till your teammate's long right. There's 3 of them. That means they can trade each other. Then you peek in, stuff like that.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
Alright, luckily they were able to clutch the round, but you could have got a lot more frags that round if you just would have waited for your teammates to push long. Have them make contact and you push in, catch them when they're off guard.
Let's go, my friend.
So again, look at you're killing a lot of time staying in T-spawn. You could have gone quick to B, right? Maybe try to pick out B tunnels, see if you can get a kill, or just hold the angle. You could have gone lower right and peeked mid against the scout or op or whatever they have going on here. And then, but instead you decide to wait in T-spawn, then you go long. Again, not really doing much for your team. Look at your crosshair placement shooting at his feet. You have to stand still to throw a nade.
Smoke. I'm throwing a flashbang.
Bad flash. I like how you went around the smoke. Don't go through the smoke because they'll see you first. Play the smoke to your advantage. That was smart. Again, look at your crosshair placement, look at your accuracy.
Flashbang.
Turn some flashes and get headshot. That time you brought up your crosshair to head level. You were able to tap him away. So it looks like you're gonna go with the op again. Buy up nades. This is casual. You can buy up 2 flashes or you can buy 4 nades at a time. Alright, I like this. You're holding long. They could be pushed up. They might push you guys, flank you guys. This is really good. Decent game sense by you to do that. Saw one guy mid, you saw one guy's cat. Alright, so this is just bad positioning on your part. You're exposing yourself to too many different angles. Either go far left or go by a palm tree, which is what the barrels are top mid, and play that positioning. Alright, but you're out here in no man's land, no cover, exposed to 2 different angles. Alright, you have a teammate mid, you should be thinking, alright, they can come cat, he's holding mid for us, he dies. You should know, alright, there's two mid. You get shot out from lower tunnel if you didn't hear that. Even though he was doing a silencer, you do hear the bullets whizzing past your head. Gotta keep that in mind, like, oh, where'd that come from? Obviously he's not cat because the position you're at, so obviously it's lower. So you know 2 mids, 1's lower. Then you push on the site, 1's on A, and I think you could probably guess, alright, the last guy's probably long. Because obviously they push through B, they know B's clear, or you could be T-spawn, so he's either long or T-spawn. And you guys are pretty much boxed and surrounded by the CTs as we can see on the minimap right here.
Let's go, people.
Alright, again, giving up good positioning, just if you're hesitating too much, you're pulling out your AK. You move slower with your AK out, you could get here a lot quicker. As long as someone's watching mid, you should know there's no 1 lower tunnels. See that guy? Moving and spraying, moving and spraying, moving and tapping. Just really throwing off your crosshair, not really aiming accurately.
Take care of yourselves, holiday.
Alright, again, buy armor, buy kit, buy nades, buy an upgraded pistol. You're really not using your money effectively these pistol rounds because pistol rounds are so important. That's basically guaranteed 3 rounds as soon as you win pistol. pistol and then 2 anti-ecos. Look at aim punch is really going to affect you if they start getting close range. Because crosshair placement, you're aiming at the chest, you're not really aiming at the head level. Right, that was your bad, easily winnable rounds, but you fucked up. So now you have 2200, you can buy a pistol armor, you can just buy a pistol, buy something to help out your teammates. As you see your teammates buying, one has armor, 2 has armor, 2 has kits, 1 has an upgraded pistol. Alright, so maybe you having an upgraded pistol could be the difference, or at least do some damage to the T's, that way they have to rebuy armor, rebuy a gun, stuff like that. And that way when you win a gun round, and they have to eco it next round, because usually if they win these 2 rounds in a row, they have enough money if they don't lose anybody to keep buying, even if you beat them gun round. So these are some of the aspects of the game you really have to think of, like what's their economy situation like. As we can see, they have pretty good economy, they didn't lose anyone last round, so they can keep buying. You have a smoke. Alright, that timing, like, it's 149, as we see on the minimap, the furthest they can be up is like right here, okay? Because it's pretty standard on all 3 lanes of this map that they can only be as far as 5-6 seconds to the round, fastest they can push up is this area. So you throw in the smoke right here, at this timing, not good. Maybe wait till like 140, 135, have one teammate spotting mid, letting you know if they come up cat. You can use that smoke for long instead, because long is a good place they like to rush on anti-eco rounds. B, as we can see, is a good place to rush, but you don't have to throw the smoke right away. So as we can see, you're probably not going to get any contact. You should know they're going in B. Stuff like that. Alright, you've gone lower, you picked up a kit. Maybe save this kit, alright? It's $400 you can save next round. You're not going to win this 1v4. They have guns. Just spraying with the USPS again. Full gun round. You don't need head armor. Again, they have AKs, they're buying. But then again, they didn't lose a lot of guys, so they're probably going to save these submachine guns. As we can see, they're saving 2, saving 1. Armor, head armor's not really needed. No matter if you have head armor or not, AKs are going to do 100% to your head. Again, you're out in the open. Like the timings, again, they can be out long, as we can see. They're up here. They can come up here already. They can already be aiming at you. Learn how to throw smoke from a protected area, from a different spot. That way you don't expose yourself with a grenade out and they can shoot at you. So you're giving up long. Obviously they can push through that smoke like you did. You see that flash in the air. Again, turn from that. Good tapping. Again, know when they can push up. They're not going to just wait there for you. As we can see, they pushed on the site and killed your teammate. Look at your crosshair placement. Again, really bad. Can't stress that enough. Alright, last guy's on site. He died. So again, you got a good frag. Did some good damage. But again, no timings, no positionings. Know where you have the advantage at. Know where they could possibly be at. So now they can still buy again. This is what I was talking about really when you damage your economy during these anti-eco rounds, is if you damaged and killed like 3 or 4 every round, or maybe killed like 2 or 3 every round, they might not be able to buy this round, so they might be forcing up or ecoing. But as we can see, they're force buying, you get blinded by their flashes. We can see that through that smoke, you should be like, alright, they have long control. Good tapping, but again, you're tapping too quickly, too fast, and your recoil is going too high. So again, maybe bursting at that distance might be a little bit better. That way you give it some time in between bursts for your recoil to reset. As we can see, you guys' economy is pretty bad because you guys won 1, lost 1, and then this round. So maybe you could have bought an M4, but obviously you have a bot right now. Maybe saving till your teammate gets back is also a smart idea to do. Again, you can bait the bot. Let him go in first, let him soak up some bullets, and then go and peek in. Obviously you don't do that. As we can see, there's 4 long. Bot can't tell you how many is long. You're in a bad spot. Timing's pretty bad. As soon as the bot dies, you hear about 2 or 3 AKs. You should be getting on the site right away. You should know, alright, there's a lot of guys coming. That position you're in, really bad. Play the double boxes, that way you can spray them if they come up. Right here, I like this play you did. This is really smart by you to play their smoke, right? Kind of hide into it. I would have just killed the first guy, maybe hidden it, or maybe just hidden it all together, and let them all pass me, and then come up behind them when they're not expecting me to. Good force buy, full buy here. Again, they all have AKs, this guy's an M4, you don't need that head armor. You get blinded, you throw a bad smoke, not really using your smokes and grenades effectively.
I'm throwing a grenade. I'm throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang.
You guys have the advantage right now. Teammates should be taking control of the bot. You should know bomb's cat, so you should be watching long while your teammate watches cat, or you go on the cat with him, getting a lot of contact. Thankfully, he's able to kill him. So you have full nades now. Again, they can buy up because they still have a pretty decent economy. Next round, they might be able to save though. You see that smoke again? This is what happens when you throw that smoke you're throwing. Is you expose yourself to T's. You take a lot of damage. You're down to 22 health. Teammate hits you down to 18 health instead of you being down to like 96. Again, you throw a bad nade. Don't know how the grenades work in this game. Gotta learn. Again, throw another bad nade. You should know one guy's cat. You have bomb and T-spawn. You should be able to box him in here, right? Because he's gonna have to fall back, maybe to T-spawn top mid, stuff like that. As we can see on the minimap right here in the top left corner again, he's on cat right now. Your teammate should see him, make contact. That should tell you, all right, let me push up. Let me hold this angle. I know where he can come from. When you hold this angle right here, he can't be long possibly. And look, I was just about to say he could hop CT, and he did. Again, you're lit. Do you want to take this battle? If you die, that's the loss of the gun. This is just you not having the game sense to know, one, how many guys are left, and two, where you could be at. So, because of that you die, you lose guns, now you get to spend money to buy another gun, instead of just buying your nades.
Let's go, my brothers. Throwing a flashbang. Laying down smoke. Smoke. Deploying flashbang. Smoke. Smoke.
Again, these nades you're throwing really bad.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
This is not a really good smoke for you. They can kind of push out of it, come to the door, and then sneak out through the smoke. You're moving and shooting, really hurting your accuracy.
Flashbang. Flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Watch out, sniper.
Again, nice tapping, good accuracy. Spraying and bursting would have just done the job just as fine. Probably done it quicker too if you know the recoil control.
Throwing a grenade. All 2 guys left. Counter-terrorists win.
Alright, you guys are just stomping them now. 4v5, this is really sad on their part. They should be able to take advantage of your bot. They're not. You again just gotta play a little bit better when it comes to these nades. So let's see how this round plays out. Again, that smoke puts you at a disadvantage. As we can see, the rushing B. Your teammates should be telling you that they're rushing B. You should be quick rotating already.
Throwing a flashbang.
It's 2v4, 2v5. Again, you're taking this battle. Look at where your crosshair play. You're not even aiming on the guy. The box is really protecting him. Aiming at his chest, not really aiming where his head's at. You can buy up nades and stuff like that. You don't need a head armor. Again, look at their buys. AK, Op. P90 and MP7 aren't going to do 100% damage if you have no head armor. So again, you don't need the head armor. You have 2 bots this round. Maybe would have saved. Saving might have been a smarter choice. Obviously, you know, one guy's in there at least. As we see, he pushed out. You got to be careful of that. Like when I'm not peeking, can they push out? As you can see, they did. Good tap by you. You should know there's a guy on site. Look, listen to his bullets going past your head. Maybe get better headset if you can't hear him. Maybe turn up your volume a little bit if you do. Again, you're giving up really good positioning long. You're just giving up long going cat. You have a teammate really pushing lower. You have a teammate in upper B. Thankfully, bombs down. They're really stupid. You're reloading in the middle of nowhere. Shouldn't be doing this kind of things. Alright. Okay, nice. Good ding. Good finish up. Follow up with that kill. Oh, you should be telling your teammate, alright, I see the last two on my kill cam. They're on cat. They grab bomb. They have 45 seconds left. They can go anywhere. So he should stay mid until he knows they're going to go A. If he knows they're going up A, then he can just run CT or walk it or go all the way long and go for the long flank. Alright, 14-12. You buy up again. Again. Don't buy the. So maybe don't buy the kit. Don't buy the head armor. That's 3 nades. That's a smoke and 2 flashes you can buy. But instead, buy him, and you only had a decoy. Decoy really does nothing. You should know they're coming B. You should think, alright, one guy can be mid. You see a shadow. Good spray. I like the spray. You didn't really tap here. It's really good by you. Alright, so they held down B. You should think, alright, they could be lower. I hear him lower. Catch that guy off guard. See the nade. Obviously, he threw a bad nade because he saw you, and so it bounced back and killed you. Obviously, he was planning to have it go through the door and stuff like that. So 14-13 is we're getting to a really close game. Alright, you go for the, again, buy a pistol. You have armor and you have a kit. No real reason to not have a pistol, upgrade your pistol, or maybe not even buy the kit and buy like a 5.7 or a P250, because what are you going to do with the USPS? Sure, you got 1 kill, but these guys are bad. You want to build better habits for the future. You're not going to kill these guys as easily. Luckily, this guy wasn't watching that gun, you were able to pick it up. Now this is a round where you guys can abuse it if you guys don't force up and push them. Alright, don't be too aggressive. You know where they're at, tunnels. Now you should know bombs down to spawn. Your teammate should be telling you that.
Counter-terrorists win.
So it looks like this is the last round. You have Khalil. You were able to get full nades. Going long. Looks like you have one guy going long. You're giving up long. Again, you fell down there. You do a bad smoke. That was a good angle to hold. Decent positioning right there. So you know they're coming long. You should know they're crossing, and this is where you get the kill. Alright, decent round. Held up a different angle here. We were able to peek out when your teammates saw them crossing. Stuff like this. Now on to the scoring section of the demo. Alright, here's the scoring section of my demo review where you can get a good feel of how you played this game. Obviously you guys won, you got a lot of frags, but you could do a lot better than what you're at. Right here, as you can see, the total score is 25 out of 100. You're basically golden if it won, maybe silver elite master, maybe silver elite. That's where I would put you personally. So, your aim, first major point I like to bring up, has 3 different categories: crosshair placement, accuracy, trigger discipline, blah blah blah. Crosshair placement, again, very bad. You never aimed at the head, so I gave you a 1 out of 10 there. Obviously you could have done a lot better with your crosshair placement wise. Alright, so be thankful I gave you 1 instead of like a 0, because you did actually have it once or twice, I think, on their head. I rarely give out 0s anyways. That's if you like play horribly and don't kill anything at all. Next is accuracy. Out of 10 possible points, I gave you 4. I thought you had really good accuracy. A lot of your shots hit, but you were just, because you were tapping. That was a really good habit you have, kind of. It's a curse and a gift at the same time. So it's really good tapping you have. You were able to hit a lot of your shots, stuff like that. But because you have such bad crosshair placement, you don't aim at the head right away. So it's not an insta-kill, especially with those AKs. Next is trigger discipline. So this is a new category that I changed up for aim. And basically it says, do you let them pass by you before you start shooting? Do you let them basically go past you and then sneak up behind them through like a smoke or something like that? Or maybe you're hiding in a good corner. As well as, do you know when to burst? Do you know when to tap and when you know to spray? I give you a 2 out of 5. Obviously you know how to tap, right? I saw you spray 1 time. I don't really remember seeing you bursting at all. But definitely something you really want to work on, so that when you're playing that smoke right, a connector or cross right there on the CT side, we played right up to the smoke where I commentated on that. Maybe if you played inside the smoke right, I might have bumped you up to a 3, because that would have been a really good play you could have made. Because then you don't shoot them right away, they don't see you, and then you can let them pass by before you start shooting at them. As well as learn when to burst. Bursting is a very important part of this game. As well as spraying. Spraying is the most important part, besides game sense, playing smart, stuff like that. If you don't have a good spray, don't have a good burst, then you're really just going to be limited to your tapping. And by tapping, you don't kill them as quickly, especially with bad crosshair placement. You're definitely not going to kill them as quickly. Pro you might want to watch, right? That does a lot of tapping, has good crosshair placement, is Scream. Right now he's playing on Titan. Maybe look up some of his POV, see how he plays and stuff like that. He's really good role model you should aspire to if you want to focus more on tapping. But spraying wise, generally most other pro players, they do just spraying. Right, so on to my next category is movement. Gave you a 6 out of 25. So movement basically consists of another subcategory called movement, which is walking, running, stuff like that. Positioning, where you position yourself on the map, and then rotations, which is primarily on CT side, rotating to the other bomb site. And so movement, I gave you a 2 out of 10. Again, you're just moving really slowly. You don't have your knife out to run, right, to get that good positioning. So again, it then damages your positioning score. Know when to walk, know when to run, and stuff like that. If you're in enemy territory, right, there's basically a fine line you have to cross to where T's and CTs can hear you. So are you walking when you're near that line, or are you running and give them where you're positioned? I gave you a 2 out of 10. You definitely got to work on that. Definitely got to work on getting the spots faster. Next, positioning wise. You didn't really have good position in this game. Again, it looked like you were kind of lost in the beginning as well. Didn't know where to go. Lots of different positionings you can do on this map to use your advantages, especially on T side with the different spawns you get. You have such a wide variety of spawns, you can abuse them to get better positioning on CTs. So I give you 1 in 10. On CT side, again, you just kept going long, holding the same corner. Every once in a while you go pit, but you didn't really change it up. There's a lot of different spots you can play along. If you want to learn all these different positions in Dust 2, again, you can schedule another coaching session with me. We can do a one-on-one session. Rotations, I think your rotations are pretty decent, nothing too bad. When they took B, you rotated right away. I gave you a 3 out of 5. Obviously, you could be a lot quicker if you had better positioning and stuff like that, but something you can work on. Next comes game awareness. As we can see, you got a 4 out of 25, probably your worst subject, worst area that you're in. Versus game sense. 1, looks like you don't have a lot of game sense. You're not really thinking about where the CTs and Ts can be at. Alright, so again, it looks like you're kind of scared of everything. You should be thinking to yourself, alright, where are my teammates at? And then where can CTs be? And then logically, using your game awareness, game sense, you can figure out, like, alright, I think this guy's going to be playing cat this round. Let me flash, do a good flash, know how to flash cat, go up with it, and then kill the guy. Obviously, game sense isn't always going to be 100% correct, but it seemed like you were lacking that in this game, so I gave you a 1 out of 10. Next is economy awareness. Out of a possible 5 points, I gave you a 2. It definitely could be better, right? Knowing when to buy, knowing when to force, especially on pistol rounds, man. You're not buying armor, you're not buying nades, you're not really contributing to your wins on these pistol rounds. Thankfully, you had some good teammates that really picked up their game, were able to buy armor, be able to kill the CTs, Ts, stuff like that. So again, knowing what you can buy every round on eco rounds, anti-eco rounds, and what you can buy gun rounds and pistol rounds, alright? Learning that. And goes to teammate positioning. I give you a 1. Know how to play your teammate's positioning. Don't watch something the same thing your teammate's watching unless you're planning on watching it because you know they like to go, let's say you're on CT side right and you put 2A long. That's the only time. Or B tunnels you could be watching with a teammate because you know, hey, they like to rush B, or hey, they like to rush A long a lot. I need help. We both watch this, set up a crossfire, etc., etc. On T side though, if you're not planning any of that stuff, again, spread out on the map, get better positioning, and then be able to watch something your teammate's not watching. Also using your teammate's advantage to your position. If he's pushed up, you should be pushed up with him. If he's not pushed up, you shouldn't just go in by yourself. Again, teammate positioning, I would have given you a better score if you would have, again, an example of you doing bad teammate positioning awareness is on cat, on T side, when you went through the smoke, you pop flashed yourself in, went through smoke, and your teammates were long. Again, if you would have used your teammate positioning better, waited for them to make contact first and then pushed in, that would have been a great round by you. You probably would have got a 2K, maybe even 3K that round. So again, that's a 4 out of 25 on you. Work on that. Next is grenades. I give you a 8 out of 25, or I mean not an 8, a 7 out of 25. So basically around the same area as your aim, right? Same score. So it goes down into 3 different categories. First is bot, then it's used correctly, and then reacting to enemy nades. So bot, you bought nades almost every round, but you didn't buy full nades. I would have given you a perfect 5 if you would have bought full nades every time you could, or bought nades when you were saving, something like that, right? Where you had some money you can spend and your teammates were buying and stuff like that. But even if you didn't buy nades, then I wouldn't really damage your score. It wouldn't damage your score too much. But if you did buy full nades every round, you could, because you only bought either HE grenade, flash, smoke. You could have bought another flash. You could have bought a Molotov. You didn't really do that like majority of rounds. So again, that cut you down to a 4 out of 5. Next is used correctly. Learn how to throw grenades. As I can see, your nades aren't that good. You can't throw them efficiently. You can't throw them effectively, and because of that, it gives an advantage to the T's. Like you exposing yourself on A long when you're trying to throw that double door smoke at long. As a CT player, you expose your body. You got shot at one time, but if they kept going long, they could have kept abusing that. So I gave you a 2 out of 15. Definitely got to work on your grenade usage. And then reacting to enemy nades, I give you a 2 out of 5. The only reason why I gave you such a good thing as this is because you abused that smoke during the cross, where I commented you and commended you for it. And I think that was a good play by you. You didn't really have too many smoke plays you could have done. Or you did like that, and then on T side when you were coming towards the cross, same thing. I guess that was either your teammate's smoke or their smoke or something like that. You went around it instead of going through it. Really effectively used those bad smokes that are on the map. So again, also another category, sorry, before I forget to say this, is reacting to enemy nades is dodging their flashes. You can see their flashes along a good like maybe half second before. You should turn quickly so you don't get blinded by it. Alright? So basically I give you 25 out of 100. Silver Elite, Gold Nova 1 status for me. Definitely have a lot you have to improve on in your game in all 4 categories, nothing you really excel at. Okay, so this is the end of my demo review. If you ever want more help, again, feel free to just contact me and we can